This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
Welcome back, everybody. I had a conversation with somebody yesterday about more of us wanting to find something different than what's going on right now, because many of us might admit that whatever's happening now is not really working. Yeah, life is okay. You're going to work, family life, friends, etc., but you feel like there's something missing. Maybe it's spiritualism, spiritual connection. Can that help you find peace? Can that help you find direction? And maybe that can help you find purpose. I throw these questions out there. Hopefully she has some answers to them. She is a Reiki master, practitioner, gives us a lot of insight every time we get together. By the way, we have a meditation coming up in a little while to kind of foster what we're talking about today. I'm feeling that it'll make you feel good. Samantha Somerville is back with us. How are you doing today?
Doing well today. How are you?
I'm well, and those questions I asked in my personal journey, I have a lot of those answers, as I discovered, but I'm just throwing it out there in general because I'd love your feedback and input on that, on spiritual connection. I guess we should go to basics. What is spiritualism? How would you define that?
Well, you know, we're exploring something today that sits at the very heart of our spiritual well-being, our sense of purpose, and how we can get more connected and more peaceful, aligned with our deeper path. So, in a world where we move really quickly, it's easy to lose touch with the quiet, sacred rhythm within us. Everybody, it gets fuzzy sometimes.
Yep.
So that rhythm is where our purpose lies, not just in doing or achieving, but in being, in knowing and remembering why we're here. Why are you here? What am I supposed to be doing here? All of us ask that question. It's something that everybody asks all the time. You see, there's self-help books, there's people always on a path, there's movies about it. Like like what's the one question everybody asks?
Mm.
So
What is the secret
asking,
of life? What
yeah,
is
what's the
the
secret of
secret?
life? Everybody asks that question.
Mm.
And it's different for everybody, I believe. So many people today are longing for that deeper meaning. We may crave a life that feels soulful and awake, but where what we do and how we live feels guided by something else, real and heartfelt. That longing isn't something to fix or get rid of. It's a sign that your inner self is waking up and calling you into alignment. So when you start looking for that purpose, start asking those questions, it means, hey, I'm starting to wake up a little bit. I'm starting to know that there is something more for me. But to find that purpose, you need to become more receptive, more open and clear. So that's where your crown chakra, which is located on your head, comes into the picture. The more open and clear that becomes, the more receptive that you're able to be to what might be your purpose. And no one can. I don't believe anybody can answer that for you. I believe that's a self-discovery. They can help guide you. They can ask you the right questions. But the most important thing is to be open to what that could be in your life.
Do you find that once one practices spiritualism, they feel more connected with themselves? And maybe that's really what it comes down to, really connecting with you, your core, who you really, really are. Do you find that you start seeing things differently? Even a leaf on a tree. I know it sounds cheesy, but you see those little things that you didn't see before, and then you start seeing maybe synergy, connection. Why did that happen? Oh, I see where that happened because this needed to happen over here, and then this is connected to this over here. You might not see all this stuff going on because your head's in a device. You're busy. I get it. People have three jobs doing all tons of stuff all at once, but we don't really take the time to really focus on those little things in life that could give you the answers that you're looking for. You feel that could be a thing there?
Yeah, as you become more open to um, spiritual world, I would say, and your crown chakra becomes more open and clear. Your center of connection to the divine wisdom, universal love, and spiritual understanding. It represents a part of us that transcends the material world. So you're not as worried about that new car, that new handbag, those things. So when it's more balanced, we feel connected, not just to others, but to a greater sense of truth and love. So we may feel more spiritual guided, more creative, calm, and even in the midst of uncertainty. So when it's unbalanced, some of the things you might notice, you might feel lost. You might feel disconnected from meaning or direction. This can show up as overthinking,
Mm,
constant worry,
mm,
feeling stuck or spiritually numb. In some cases, it may even manifest physically if you get headaches or tension around the scalp and temples. But there's a beauty to the imbalance too. It's an invitation to soften and return, to open to your own knowing, to reconnect with your spirit, and to remember you are not alone in this journey. So spiritualism and remembering spirit and connecting with spirit isn't saying you have to follow a very specific religion.
hmm
It's spirit. So when we come around and talk about purpose for a moment, it's not a job title or a grand goal, but a living energy. So purpose is often quiet. It lives in how we show up. It's how we love and the small choices we make every day with presence and intention. So it's not about being famous or wildly successful, though that may be part of someone's path. That may be somebody's journey to be wildly successful and very famous. It's about being fulfilled, lit within, aligned. So think of someone who inspires you in your day, in your life. Chances are it's not just what they do, it's the why behind it. The energy of purpose is magnetic. It moves us, it heals us, and that's the energy that lives in you too. So think of that why. Um, we talk about this in other things that I do, but what is your why?
mm.
Where's that why?
You know, a lot of times people hear spiritualism, all of that, and like you said, think about religion. But I look at it differently, and it can be connected if you want it to be. But you are the spirit. That's what it is, connecting with you. And can I share something kind of personal?
Sure,
So
go ahead.
you know, I had in this studio random like flood a couple of weeks ago. Not a big deal. There's actually a sink here in this studio complex over there. It's very convenient. And that's where it originated from. And there was water all over the place. There's other things that are connected to it for me personally. I was in the middle of watering a plant from my mom. She passed 6 years ago, and the plant from her funeral, I still have it here and I keep it going, and it's all good. I believe she was trying to tell me something, but I don't know what it was. And she sends signs and signals all the time. Yes, I'm getting a little deep. I get it. And then over the weekend, I'm started listening to this. I was out, saw a tribute band. I'm listening to a song, and I'm like, man, that's a good song, and it rocks. It really does. It's not like deep, woo woo spiritual stuff. And I'm like, didn't even think of it until yesterday. Now we're talking about water, right? With the the spill in my office and all of that. The name of the song is "Where the River Flows," and I'm like, it just like hit me in the face. And then I look, and the song is about a personal journey or life's flow, and the lyrics encourage letting life take its course, metaphorically represented by a river. I don't like to read into things. I just take a look at the landscape and maybe in a spiritual way. What's going on here? Maybe there's some pieces here. Maybe that's why that song resonated. I just like the guitar. I don't even listen to the lyrics, but maybe subconsciously I was listening to the lyrics. Maybe there's a connection, but seeing little things like that around and maybe that's a sign that, I need to make some changes. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, but seeing it differently, seeing it through a different lens, we're like, going 90 miles an hour ahead. We don't see those other things around us. How do you practice being spiritual? What do you do?
Um, there are a lot of things you can do. Simple practices in your daily life. You can start your day with a breath, a simple mantra, and just tell yourself, I'm connected, I'm at peace. Just give yourself a moment just to start your day. Spend a few moments in stillness, even, whether it's in meditation, journaling,
Mm.
or simply lying with your hands resting at the top of your head, just to kind of center yourself. That will connect yourself in. Take in beauty. We talked about that for a few minutes, and we've talked about that before. Listen to music that moves you.
Mm.
Look at the sky. Stand barefoot on the earth and let vastness remind you you belong. Sometimes walking barefoot will ground you
Mm.
and will help you feel the earth, and then you can take a look at the nature around you. Some folks, it's really hard to find earth
Mm.
if you live in the city. Make sure you check where you're going, but do try to find some somewhere. If you cannot find grass, realize that everything is made technically from the earth, and you can ground from the things around you. The chair you sit in, the table or the desk you're touching, technically that is made from the earth. So you can ground out from that. And when doubt creeps in, as it naturally will, return to your breath.
Mm.
Let your breath be your anchor. Let it guide you back to the now. So take a moment and breathe. Just breathe into yourself. Take your deep breaths and just breathe and just remember yourself.
With the grounding thing, I've always
Hmm.
looked at that, and I totally get it and
Yeah.
experienced the beauty of it and why it's so good. But when you think about it, we just had a storm roll through here last night. When lightning hits, it's energy, right? What are we?
Yeah.
Energy, right? Lightning is striking across the sky essentially to find the closest path to ground. We are energy. So you got to believe that's also why we need to have a path to ground. And like you said, many different ways to do it. My feet are on a grounding mat, $20, Amazon goes to
Hmm.
the ground lug on your electrical outlet. Don't worry, you're not going to get a shock. There's all different ways to do it, even touching a tree. There's times I've come home from work, I got one tree right by the driveway, and I'll walk up and I'm like, hey, bro, what's up? Touch the tree. There's something there. Do you find that when you start getting a little more spiritual, finding that you can meditate a little bit, do you find that it's almost like home base? Like you could be in the middle of doing something, it could be rush hour, crazy traffic everywhere. You're sitting somewhere waiting for somebody else, whatever it is, and you need a moment. You could just focus on something and it takes you away and it's into a beautiful spot, almost like makes you connected in a weird way. I experience that from time to time. Am I crazy or do you do that too?
No, if you have like a very stressful moment and you have found a way or a spot that gives you peace, or have found a method that works for you, and it's like practicing a drill.
Mm.
If you think about a fire drill, the more you practice a fire drill, when an issue comes up or a problem comes up, you're ready to go when that issue comes up. So the more that you practice meditation, or the more you practice breathing techniques, or the more you practice whatever works for you, so that you can center yourself quickly or take yourself to that spot that you need to find that calm, it's going to become like second nature. It's going to become a reflex for you so that you're ready to go. And your mind will go, oh, I need that touch point, and it'll come in. So just like everything else, practice, drills. I hate to call it a drill, but it is like a drill. You're constantly practicing that. It is a practice to prepare yourself for what may come, so that you are prepared and your body can be at peace.
And it's funny, I look forward to it. Um, Next
Yeah.
week, taking my son up to college. It's about a 5 hour drive. So we're driving um, his SUV now. He's going to be up there. I'm going to take the train back, actually two trains. And a friend of mine said, "Hey, I'm outside of New York City. A friend of mine said, "Hey, you know what? I'll go to the city and I'll pick you up." And it's that ride is about 5 hours. The other train's maybe about two, three. And I said, "I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm good. I just like sitting there." Like I am going to like that is going to be like a vacation, mini vacation. Just being able to think, relax, look out the window, meditate, maybe research, read, listen to some music. Fabulous. Best ever. But once you find it, it whatever works for you. It's amazing how it can just, I guess, ground you. I guess that's the word. I want to leave some time. You have a meditation you're going to share with us. Should we do this now?
I do. Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to share with you a gentle journey into presence, peace, and spiritual connection. So I invite you to begin by finding a position that is most comfortable for you, sitting or lying down, somewhere you feel supported and at ease. As you allow your body to settle, you can let your hands rest softly, perhaps over your heart, on your belly, or by your side. When you feel ready, gently close your eyes, or you can let your eyes remain open and soften your gaze. Feel your awareness drop into the sensation of where your body meets the surface beneath you. Feel the steadiness beneath you, the floor, cushion, the earth. It's here to support you. Safe, solid, unmoving. Take a moment to fully receive that support. Let the sensation of being held rise up through your body like warm, grounding energy from your tailbone to your shoulders. Let your whole body soften into stillness. Gently shift your attention to your breath. There's no need to change it, simply notice the rise and fall, the way the air enters, cool and light, and leaves warm and soft. Taking a deeper breath in, feel the air filling your lungs, your ribs expanding. Hold for a soft pause, then slowly release. Let go of any tension you may be holding. Feel it melt with the exhale, shoulders softening, jaw unclenching, belly releasing. Breathe in again, and this time imagining peace flowing into your body with the air. As you breathe out, allow any stress or tightness to leave with your breath. Letting this rhythm continue. With every inhale, feel a sense of spaciousness. With every exhale, feel yourself arriving more fully into this moment. Now gently bring your awareness to the top of your head, your crown chakra. This is the center of your spiritual connection, located just above the crown of your head. Visualize a soft violet light glowing there, like a quiet halo. It may feel cool, warm, or simply like a sense of stillness. There's no right or wrong, only what you feel. With each inhale, imagine this light gently expanding, glowing a little more brightly. With each exhale, feel that light spreading downward through your body, through your neck, your heart, your belly, filling you with peace and presence. This crown chakra connects you with your higher self, with the universal flow, with a subtle knowing that you are held by something greater. You don't need to reach or strive. This connection is already with you. Feel into that now. As you breathe, silently affirm to yourself, I am open, I am connected. I am supported. Let this violet light continue to radiate as if gently turning your energy to the rhythm of the universe, balanced, aligned, at ease. You might sense a soft tingling or gentle expansion at the top of your head. Let it be what it is, a quiet opening, a remembering of something deeply true. Taking a few more breaths here, simply resting in the glow of this moment. Let the stillness soothe you. Let the light stay with you. And now, with gentleness, begin to return. Bring your awareness slowly back to your body. Notice the weight of your limbs, the sensation of your breath. Look at your fingers, your toes. Feel the support beneath you again. When you're ready, open your eyes. Softly, slowly, carrying with you the peace of this moment and the subtle connection you've awakened. You are here. You are whole, and this quiet light is always within you.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
You do that well. I got to tell you, halfway through that, I didn't even hear you talking. I mean, I did,
Yeah.
but I didn't. And it's weird to explain, but it's almost as if I was transported. Your words were coming in. My brain was processing them, but I wasn't really hearing them, if that makes sense.
Mhm. Yes.
Um, and there was a couple of times where thoughts of current situations in my world creeped back in, and then I had to push it out and came back in and push it out again. Um, Great word you said, melt. It's almost as if you're just melting into yourself, like you're melting in, like connecting to your core. Super cool.
Yeah.
And so short too. I mean, that's, it doesn't take a lot to connect. Now that was the crown chakra.
That's the crown chakra. It's up here.
So that's where, isn't that where we receive everything, downloads?
Mhm.
Um, does it start with the crown chakra, or every chakra is just as important?
Every chakra is important for alignment and to keep it open. You also have the soul chakra, which is a little bit higher above your head, and that also is the connection up. So it will feed down into your crown chakra. But this is you will feel like some people have a very developed crown chakra, so like they don't like things on top of their heads or like people touching their heads,
Hmm.
or you'll feel a lot of sensitivity at the top of your head. It means a lot of times, like for me, it just feels I can feel I don't like things on my head because it's just I can feel it too much.
Wow.
So it's you'll know, but it just means you're very open if you can feel it. But it's where you do get your downloads, your information. The important thing is what do you do with it when it comes in? I mean, the rest, then you have the third eye. It helps you then deal with the information that comes from the crown, and then takes you down into your heart. How do you then translate that information? So it all works together.
Hmm. Wow. I never thought of it that way. Where if you get a download, I get downloads of songs. I just said one before. That's how the universe speaks to me. But then I never thought of it as, all right, so we get to our third eye. It's kind of the gatekeeper. Where we going with that, and then to the heart. Wow. Never heard it explained that way. Really cool. Um, this is just a piece of what you do, even meditations. Super cool. Of course, Reiki, so important, life changing. How do we connect with you? How do we find you, Samantha?
You can find me on calmingvibrations.com or reach out to me at contact@calmingvibrations.com. Um, I actually have a question to your listeners if
Sure.
they want to send you a note.
Oh, yeah.
I am considering taking all of the meditations and taking them out separately and posting them on my site. If they think that that would be a good idea, they can shoot you a note or shoot me a note and let me know. I'm looking for feedback.
I love that. Instantfeedbacksteve@gmail.com. And if you have a question too, just related to what we're talking about here, the universe, spirit, Reiki, any of that, instantfeedbacksteve@gmail.com. I vote yes on that one. That was really great. What a great way to start the day. Thank you so much for being here today. Really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.